What's up, everybody? I'm going to take a quick second here to show you a fantastic behavioral analytics tool called Microsoft Clarity. So, if you're familiar with tools like Hotjar, those are also fantastic to use, but they do come with a price tag. Great thing about Microsoft Clarity is it's absolutely free. So you just get the JavaScript code, you plant it on your website, you can start tracking some analytics, and you'll get essentially the same experience that you're getting with a lot of other tools out there. If we're looking here at the Evenbound instance, I want to show you two awesome features within Clarity that can help you get a better insight into what's going on with your website. So looking here, you get a lot of different user analytics, user data, so you can look at browsers, devices, operating systems, your top countries, things of that nature. And then if we wanted to take a look at some more meaningful data, I want to draw your attention here to Insights, where we can take a look at rage clicks, which would be if someone is just jamming their mouse pad trying to click on a certain element. Dead clicks, which is if they're clicking on something that maybe isn't clickable, but it appeared to be clickable. Excessive scrolling, so if someone's frantically going back and forth on the page, maybe trying to find information and they can't quite do that, or maybe certain elements aren't loading, they'd fall into that bucket there. Or quickbacks, which would be if someone clicked on something that they maybe didn't think was clickable, but it actually was, and it took them to another page that they didn't mean to go to. They're going to jump right back. That'd be a quickback, and we could take a look at those analytics too. So with the Evenbound site in the past 30 days, for the most part, analytics are looking pretty good. A couple of dead clicks that I'm not too concerned about because it's only like 5% of our traffic, but let's pretend that rage clicks, was happening with maybe 20% of our sessions. That's kind of a cause for concern, and you can take a look at specific sessions where there were rage clicks to try and diagnose if there's maybe a problem with the website. You'll then have a filter here where, let's say, we go to this one here. It's one of our blogs. You can take a look. The actual video recording of what someone was doing on the website looks like here they were clicking on a certain just a certain sentence, really trying to make it highlightable. And then so they could copy and paste it. And that's where the rage click came from. But if we maybe had trouble interpreting what that actually meant, Clarity has an awesome little AI insights tool that when you click on this, it'll explain exactly what's going on so you can have a better explanation for what you're seeing in the video. So recordings, you can do a bunch of different filters here. So I know we're looking at rage clicks right now, but we can create a bunch of different filters. So if you're maybe getting reports from your customer service team that there's some kind of issue with like Safari, for example, you can click on your filters, do rage clicks, and then you could go over here to browsers and say, okay, I only want to take a look at Safari because it seems like that's where the problem is maybe arising. And maybe it's also on PC as well. Mobile is fine, it's just a PC issue. So you can create a smaller segment of videos that you have to pour through to diagnose a problem. So if I were to go back to all visitors here, you can take a look at all the recordings that are most recently popping up. If you have any recordings that you want to save and maybe look back on later on, you can hit the star, get a couple of favorites there. And then let's take a look over at heat maps. So I want to take a look at our home page here. Go click on view heat map. By default, the last time I was taking a look at this, we're looking at mobile phones. So you can look at mobile, desktop, or tablet, and you can take a look at three different views, clicks or taps, scroll, and then area. So looking at the area here, we can see where there's the highest volume of engagement with the page, which in this case looks like about 25% of sessions are engaging with our cookie banner here. And then we have a good portion of clicks going to the hero, not many to the blog, but Clarity will kind of pop out and show you where people are clicking on throughout the page, just so you can get a good sense of where the market share of clicks are going to. So if we want to look at desktop here, this will give us a better sense of, hey, on desktop, a couple of clicks here to the blogs, not really much in between. A couple of CTAs are getting clicks here. You can take a look at different sessions that drove clicks. The form getting a couple of clicks as well, and send. So you can see that kind of information here. I'll show you the clicks. So this is a little bit more granular, but you can see exactly what elements people are clicking on throughout the page. And then I think best yet, you can actually take a look at some of the scroll metrics. So 100% of people hitting the page are looking at hero here, and then about 68, we'll call it 70% of people making it below the fold to check out the blogs here. So about 50%, yeah, between like 50 and 60% of our users are seeing the blog section here. But then after that, it goes pretty cold. So only 25% of sessions in the last 30 days are making it to, check out who we worked with, looking at, some of the industries, some of the different call outs we have here. So we could say, hey, if we're considering adding different elements to the homepage, I don't think we should add it much lower than the fold, right? So if we wanted to really highlight our case studies, maybe it makes sense to put it right underneath the blog if that's something we want to draw more eyeballs to. But you can use the scroll metrics to just figure out how far people are going on your page. So let's say if we want to take a look at different blogs and see how much of the content people are reading on a blog, we can use the scroll metrics here to just determine, hey, like, are they getting through the entire blog or are they jumping off at a certain point? And then if we want to add certain CTAs to that blog, we know exactly where to add them to make sure that the CTA gets the most eyeballs. So let's say we're taking a look here at the scroll metrics and we're not quite sure what we actually need to interpret from this. Again, this is where the AI summary is going to be our best friend. If we click on summarize heat maps, Clarity is going to do a good job of saying, hey, here are a couple of things that you should know, some key takeaways, and that's what you can take back to your team to determine if you need to make any adjustments to the page that you just did an analysis of. The last fun tidbit I'll show you here is that you can integrate Google Analytics. So if you need to determine what your top pages are, this is just imported right in from GA4. And so if you were to say, hey, like I want to look at maybe the Our Work page, you could click on this. If we wanted to take a look at different blogs to see how people are interacting with those, we can take a look at video recordings or going over to those heat maps to do a better analysis there. So that's Microsoft Clarity in a nutshell. Hopefully you have a lot of fun installing this on your website, doing a little bit of exploring, and finding some good insights to take action on over the next couple of weeks.